Hi guys, welcome to DJ Badaskal's page. And today I'm going to talk about this 4-channel mixer. And before I jump into the mixer, let me share with you why I bought this mixer. So I've been trying to play at a couple of gigs and events where the systems are like already set. So especially if you go to a club or if you go to a bigger party setup where they have the CDJ setups, and then you try to put in your own controller. And for me, the reason for to put in my own controller is very simple because I've been playing on that controller. I exactly know the buttons, my cue points are set. I need those 8 pads. But one of the biggest challenges that comes when you try to set it up is that the sound output of your system is not good enough. So the sound is, let's say it's operating at a plus 10 dB level, and then I plug in my own system, which is the DDJ 400, the sound suddenly drops to as low as like plus 2, plus 1, and those guys have to then really crank it up to master the master volume up to a full level. So it becomes a huge nightmare. So then after a lot of R&D, I found that what we really need is something like this. Now this is a 4-channel mixer I've ordered from one of the companies in China. More or less, they're all the same. The brand names differ. In this case, I think the brand name was Tiaga or something. Brembo is another brand. There are tons of brands, and they all look the same. Look something like this. This is exactly how the machine looks like. So it's got like it's called a A4 professional 4-channel mixing console. And let me unbox it. And along the way, I'll keep sharing with you why I bought it and why how it helps and what was my system requirement that I bought it. So let me pull it out, and this is exactly how it looks. Comes with a charger and comes with a cable. So let's first look at the cables, what has come with it. So this is a mixer that is powered by wire that you can use along with your phone. So same voltage that your phone takes, I think, which is about 5 volt and 2 ampere. So more or less all of the new age phones operate at the same level. So the benefit is that you can even plug into your laptop, because now since you're carrying your controller, I'm sure you have your laptop as well. And this is the wire from my mic hanging around, just the normal mic I'm using. Let's try to pull this out and see what exactly is there. There is a manual. Very nice packaging it came in, and I'm just gonna put it on side for now. Later I'll do a demo also in my next video once I connect everything. So this is the manual that comes with it, which talks about the features and things. But let's straight away jump in and let's look at this and how this is gonna solve our problem. We look at that part as well. So here is the mixer, absolutely mobile. One thing I really love about it is the form factor. So if I have to give you a perspective of the form factor, let me put it next to my MacBook Pro, and you can get an idea of the size. So this is the MacBook Pro 13 inches. And if I have to just put it across, so this is the size. Absolutely handy. I would urge you, if you guys are buying it, to keep this foam with you so that you can carry it around. You can see, so this is pretty handy, pretty small. And let me share with you what it does. So essentially, when you look at it, what this system does, there is a power input here. I'll get into the buttons later. This is the power input. And the main reason why you're going to be using it is there's an input on channel 3, 4. It's actually 4 channel, but in reality, it's actually 3 channels, because this is a stereo channel. These are mono channels. Now, these pins, XLR pins, are also the pins you can put your 6-point quarter jacks. So quarter jack is like that 1/4 inches jack. So these are hybrid things. Only thing you got to be careful, and thanks to the gentleman I asked on YouTube, and once you're using the phantom power, which is this little 48 power, which you will use typically with condenser mics. So condenser mics are the mics that use phantom power. Dynamic mics are the mics that do not use phantom power. So dynamic mics you can straight away plug in, but phantom power only comes through XLR. It does not come through quarter-inch jack. So you have to remember that. And now here are the channels why we bought it for. So the intention for me is to plug in my DJ console controller output right here. So you can imagine the DDJ 400 or whatever you're using, Ronald 202 or whatever system you're using. You take out the AV RCA output and plug in right here, and then on this channel you have the gain. So this is the gain knob. So in case your gain is not coming from there, and there's a clipping sign as well, so you stay in the green zone. There is a bass and treble. I don't think I'm going to be using it much, but again, if you're going out for parties where the bass level is low, or recently I had performed in a bar where the subwoofers were like, there were too many subwoofers and suddenly the whole thing was like shaking, so you can reduce a little bit from here, so you don't have to manage a lot on your console. So when your console stays very open, and let me bring out the console as well, so some part of it maybe hopefully you can see. So let me quickly check the video once if the console can be seen. Yeah, now you can see the console. So here is the console part, and this is the knobs I'm talking about. So if you look at the low, and the mediums and the high. So if you adjust your lows here, so if you're adjusting your low as well as your high, and especially the low, high will not be a problem, especially the bass. So if some of your systems are not giving good output, then you want to use this to manage your gain. Yeah, so the other things which I want to talk about on this one is, so this is your another gain. So you have two levels of gain. You have a gain and you have a volume control. So again, I'm hoping all of them, like now when I look at this thing particularly, I paid something about $30 for this. So 32 US dollars including shipping, I think 32 US dollars. For 30 US dollars, this is actually not a bad thing, decent. The buttons look pretty tacky, but it's okay. If you pay that much, you get that much, so no complaints. There is a stereo USB button. Again, I'm not too sure how long they last, but it's my trial for it. This is the main volume knob. So this is the knob which controls the main output. This is your delay and echo. So typically reverb and echo. And these are for mic. So if you want to use the mic, and that's exactly why I bought it. So my intention is my input goes here and my output can go from here, or it can go from here. This is the left main output. So where you can again put the 1/4 inch jacks, and you can buy those jacks and 1/4 inch to RC or 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch, because in the PA systems of the nightclubs, they will need a 1/4 to 1/4. But if you're plugging into a CDJ setup, like a mixer setup, then you will need to pull this out from here and you put it into from 1/4 to like a RCA is what you will need. So 1/4 to RC adapters you can buy. So the intention is to plug your, so if you look at the controller has got the output right here. I hope you can see that. And from this output, you can plug it into this input and take an output either from here or from here. From this output is better because you can use the gain and all the functionalities of the system. The other functionality that comes with this is headphones. I don't intend to use it ever, but it's there. And why I bought this particular one, because I think I will also want to use a mic at some point in time. Maybe my next gig where I can MC along with this and I can talk to people. And that's where I think 2 mics are good enough. Again, I don't even intend to use a condenser mic ever on the show. I'll be using a dynamic mic. And for me, I have bought an Audio Technica ATR 1300, if I'm not mistaken. That's again about the same price, 30-40 US dollars, between 30 and 40 depending on which part of the world you are. A very, very powerful mic, can be used along with it. I would not want to use a mic from here because every time I have tried to use this mic from my DDJ 400, it's an unbalanced input and the level gain is not very good. And if I increase the level gain, there is a lot of distortion. So it starts messing up with the master output that is coming out of the system. So I would not want to, I would seriously request you not to use that input. It's there, but it's not the best thing, and you rather use this where you can even control. So if you're not using it, you can just simply switch the volume to 0, so there is no distortion. When you're using it, you can turn it on, and again, very, very handy because it sits right next to your console and you can control everything here. This thing also has certain features, like you can insert a USB drive here and straight away play music. So if you're not playing anything, if you're like taking a break, or if the party hasn't started and you think the party is still gonna take time to heat up, you just can plug in a playlist here, play right from here, and the mains will take care of it. So what this little device does, you can connect a lot of things. Or let's say you go to a party which is a friend's house or private party, and somebody really wants to plug in their own system. They're like, no, I want to play from my phone. Then you can give them the opportunity with this one to connect their Bluetooth. So they can really connect their Bluetooth, and you can see the feature here, the Bluetooth mode. So this console will connect with the Bluetooth and straight away have an output. So you can switch off your controller in that time, or at least the output from your controller, and play it. So overall, I think when I look at the 2 channels, 2 mics, so maybe at some point in time I have 2 mic, one for me and one for the MC along with me. This is my DJ controller input, and this is the main output, and the USB option as well for Bluetooth and all. So maybe in the next tutorial, I will talk about how you can really use it, how I'm using it. I'm still waiting for my mic to come, given the times where we are, and right now shipping is fairly slow. But overall, I'll be testing this and I'll make another video for it. But for now, I really want to sum it up, because if you are planning to play at an event which has a PA system, or it has a sound output system, it has a mixer there, or you're planning to play in a bar or a nightclub which has a CDJ setup, then I would seriously request you guys to buy this. It's a fantastic solution to manage the voice level, to manage the gain, and to also manage that whole system. If you're using your own controller. Of course, at some point in time, you move on to the CDJ setup once you mature as a DJ and once you get used to playing onto that. But till that time, it's a very, very good system that you can carry along, put it in your bag along with your laptop. Just carry, needs no output. You can connect this cable, so the cable that comes with it, You don't even have to carry a charger. You can connect to your laptop itself. Laptop already has a power adapter that can power this, and it can run it. One more word of caution which I want to share with you: if you guys are using some kind of headphone jacks, like let's say this headphone. So I have this headphones, Marshall ones, which do have an inbuilt mic. So here is the mic, and here is the lead. So the lead looks something like the mic and the two outputs. Now this will not, even if you put an adapter, even if you put an adapter of like 3.5 to quarter inch converter and you try to plug it here, it will not work, because this mic needs certain voltage. So this mic does not work without voltage. That is why you will need a dynamic mic here, which already come with a quarter input. These mics, if you want to use, then you will need a adapter which has a battery inside and can produce 1.5 to 3.5 volt for this one to work. So just a word of caution, do not expect this one to work with this machine. It won't. You will have to buy a separate mic, which is a dynamic mic. And you can get pretty cheap, they call it the karaoke KTV mics as well. So you can get them for as cheap as like maybe $20, $15, and that depends on you. So thank you so much for watching this, and this is DJ Badaskal. Do subscribe, like, give support. Thank you.